Hello, my name is Jigar Desai. I am pursuing Masters in Construction Engineering Management from Faculty of Technology, SEPT University. Today I'll be presenting my studio work of integrated construction practices carried out as a group exercise under the guidance of Dr. Jyoti Trivedi, Dr. Bhargav Dave and Professor Paramjit Lota. I would be presenting LOD versus LOS, which is a part of the beam execution plan. The level of development specification is a reference tool intended to improve the quality of communication among users of building information models about the characteristics of elements in model. The level of schedule is based on the design schedule which is developed at an early stage. The LOD versus LOS matrix helps us understand the details regarding the model authority elements and the LOD which is going to be delivered through the process. It is also highlighted the design coordination process and shows the detailed workflow and reliability of the consultants over each other. There are three models to be prepared: architectural, structural and MEPF. The target LOD for architectural model is LOD 400, LOD 400 again for structural model and LOD 300 for the MEPF model. The model element authors for these elements are architect, structural consultant, contractor and the MEPF consultant. To better understand the LOD versus LOS, a model transfer chain matrix is prepared. For better design coordination, the model transfer chain matrix has been prepared. This allows each stakeholder to understand when the model needs to be transferred and whom it has to be transferred to. These models are specific to the discipline and level of development. Transfer chain matrix highlights when each stakeholder is responsible to share their respective model to one another. Next, I will be talking about the modeling process of the structural model. Various roles of MEPF consultant, architect and structural consultant were divided among the group members. The structural consultant role was taken up by me. The structural process flow was prepared as shown here. For the preparation of each models, it included linking architectural model in Revit, setting up base point and levels in Revit, preparing duplicate families as per requirement, integrating those models, clash detection, generating clash reports and so on. There were certain challenges that were faced. First and foremost, the challenge faced in modeling the structural model was to align the project grids and levels to that of the architectural model. A secondary challenge was to choose the appropriate 2D site drawings from the site, as different drawings had different number of iterations at the site. Visibility issue of project base point in different floor was another challenge. The unfamiliarity of collaborative working on Revit was causing delays. Here are some of the snips of the renders of the LOD 300 and LOD 400 structural models. At the top, firstly, we can see the structural model till basement 4 LOD 300 was prepared. Then it moved on to the adding upon of basement 2 and basement 3. And finally, the model was created till basement 1 top slab level. The structural models for 4 basements were prepared with LOD 300 specifications. The details handled in the LOD 300 model are in respect to the beam execution plan. A structural model for one pour was prepared with LOD 400 specifications, which also included the grade of the concrete and the reinforcement detailing of the same. These details entailed in the LOD 400 model are in respect to the beam execution plan too. Nextly, we have the 4D and 5D simulation. 4D simulation is a process that combines a 3D model with the project schedule, allowing all stakeholders to visualize the construction phase in a virtual environment. Adding to this 4D visualization a cost aspect or a resource aspect is 5D simulation. Here a process flow carried for the 4D simulation is shown. This begins with classifying scope for the work of 4D simulation, preparation of construction schedule and preparation of 3D model in Revit, which are shown here below. Importing those 3D model and schedule to Navisworks or Synchro, adding actual data to the schedule, assigning appearance profiles and creating planned and actual simulations. Here I've highlighted the scope of work that was chosen for the 4D and 5D simulations. These were 8 pours at the basement 2 and basement 1 level. For this pose, a LOD 300 structural model was prepared and also a construction schedule was prepared as shown here below. Here, the output generated through the SynchroPro platform using the planned versus actual dates, resources, and the cost associated to resources is shown. Earned value analysis was also carried out using those data, and the EVA graph generated from it is highlighted in each picture. As it can be observed at the end of week 1, the actual cost and the earned value have reached nearly 10% greater BAC as compared to the planned value, indicating the scope being ahead of schedule. The planned value, actual value, and the earned value intersect when the timeline is between week 2 and 3, and the BAC is nearly 40%, after which the project's actual and earned value start reducing in comparison to the planned value. By the end of week 2, the planned value is marginally ahead of the actual value, showing a 4% variance. Here, the reasons for variance and delayed activities are also highlighted. By the end of week 3, it can be observed that the actual cost and the earned value have started showing considerable lag as compared to the planned value, that was nearly 7% difference. Week 4 observed a Diwali festival break. While the site considered some activities still to be completed in that week, the actual SIN did not support the planning. Labor unavailability resulted in number of tasks being delayed that week. In turn, the actual value showed a lag of 20% as compared to the planned value. The major reasons of variance here were manpower unavailability and the diverted resources. Looking at the simulation of planned versus actual at 100% budget at completion, it was observed that the difference between the planned versus actual value was nearly 31%. There were a number of delayed activities, and the reasons of variance were manpower unavailability and diverted resources. As we can see in the table, the difference was initially negative and went on to keep increasing. By the end of week 5, a variance of 27% was seen. 5D simulation carried out using SynchroPro enables automation of lot of activities that would take a lot of time in actual scenarios such as quantity estimation, cost estimation, and plan versus actual tracking. It also enables earned value analysis. Even for a small scope of project, 5D simulation helped visualize how the project lags when using a traditional planning approach. Lastly, we have the lean versus BIM matrix. We were able to achieve a few lean objectives using some BIM functionalities over the course of a studio. This matrix represents how those BIM functionalities help achieve some particular lean objectives. The cells highlighted in yellow are some of the BIM functionalities and lean objectives that can be achieved on the project site at the current state. Others, the ones which are not highlighted and still yet filled, are the ones that were achieved during the course of a project. Finally, coming to the key inferences of the studio learnings. We've highlighted the LOD versus LOS, 4D and 5D simulation, and lean BIM matrix over here. Defining level of development helps in ease of communication of stakeholders and planning of process for project implementation. Different levels of development and list what specification it entails for each element of the project. The model element specified for each element, the detail it may entail, and at a certain level of development. At LOD 300, models do specify the accurate size, location, and shapes of each element, whereas at LOD 400, models are detailed to be construction ready. For better design coordination, the model transfer chain matrix was been prepared. This allowed each stakeholder to understand whether the model needs to be transferred and whom it may be transferred to. The plan versus actual simulation helped visualize the project progress as planned for a duration and compares the actual execution of the plan on site. The major challenges faced in preparing the 5D simulation using the SynchroPro platform were the lack of understanding of Synchro scripts and the user field formulas. Even for a small scope of project, 5D simulation helped visualize how the project lags when using a traditional planning approach, that is push planning. Achieving lean objectives with the help of BIM implementation on the project was the major goal for the studio. With the help of lean BIM matrix, we were able to envision the objectives that were able to be achieved with the help of BIM implementation, such as quantity takeoffs, 4D and 5D simulations, clash detections, and so on. Thank you.